Now, I think that experientially, most of us would say, well, in my life, the relationship of faith and family is pretty interesting. We all just came back from Thanksgiving. Many of you would have traveled back and spent some time with your family of origin. If not this year, you've done that in past years. And a lot of you, I think if you're honest, you'd say, one of the hardest places to live out faith is around your family. It's right at home. Some of you feel like that you're like the worst possible version of yourself sometimes when you get around that whole family dynamic. You know what I'm talking about? Some of you are like, for some reason, everything my mother says drives me nuts, and I don't even know why, but it is that way. And you have this great relationship with your brother or sister, and it's just the two of you. You get around all the family, and things get funky. And what is going on? There's a lot of powerful forces at work in our families, in our relationships with them. You've all seen Freud's picture of the iceberg, where he essentially depicts that it's the stuff under the surface of our lives, it's the bulk of us that's moving us. And I would argue that the largest portion of the stuff under the surface of our lives that's driving us derives from our families, often from our family of origin. And whenever we get around family, it begins to re-energize all of that stuff. And here in this passage, it's a story of people missing it because of these family dynamics. But Jesus' teaching on family, it goes further than this. He has this kind of almost negative slant on family in his teaching. And this is just the introduction to it. He goes further. In Matthew chapter 19, Jesus talks about how if you would leave your family for him, he'll reward you greatly. He says, anyone that leaves father, mother, brother, or sister for my name's sake will be rewarded greatly in the kingdom of God. Very interesting passage. For us, leaving family is something that's kind of normal. We live in one of the most individualistic societies that's ever existed on planet Earth. But in their society, it's a very family-oriented society. The greatest of evil would be to leave your family. A lot of scholars today that say that Jesus, in his context, would have been considered a very bad son for what he had done in leaving home. And yet here Jesus is saying, if you'll leave your father, mother, brother, sister for my name's sake, if you do that, you won't fail to be rewarded greatly. He offers a reward for this kind of thing. But he doesn't stop there. He even goes further. In Luke chapter 14, Jesus says that unless you hate father, mother, brother, sister, spouse, he lists a couple other things, in his name's sake, you are not worthy of the kingdom of God. The most shocking, disturbing statement, abrasive statement that Jesus ever makes, I would argue. It's fascinating to me that Jesus, the one who tells us to love everyone, to even love our enemies, chooses to use the word hate in relationship to our family. What is it in Jesus' understanding of the way family interacts with our faith that would cause him to use such strong, shocking, wake us up kind of language? That's what we have to get at this morning, this evening. It's not Sunday morning anymore. That's what we have to get at this evening. We can stay till morning if you'd like. Now, there are a million dynamics in family that affect our faith, but there are a couple of primary ones that I want us to talk about this evening. Areas in our lives that we entrust over to family that belongs to God alone.